Hi there. I had this idea of making a video kind of going in to my story and giving, whoever watches this, you, a backstory of who I am, kind of in a nutshell, or what I've been up to in the past year of my life, why I live in Hawaii, just a bunch of things. It's probably going to be sporadic and out of place, but just bear with me, and I would love for you to listen and watch if you want. And yeah, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. So I am originally from Arizona, and I moved out to Hawaii at the end of August this month. It's going to be a year, which I'm amazed by, I'm stoked, and I don't believe it. At the same time, I believe it. I don't know. It's all a wild thing, my life and what it has been, the journey, of where I am now and what have you. But I'll kind of just fast forward to senior year. And I remember everyone was applying for college and getting ready for the next step in their life. And I knew furthering my education in that sense and going to school wasn't for me. So I always felt disconnected because, from others, because I didn't get excited about the things they got excited about, seeing the schools that they wanted to get into. None of that interested me. I was not, drawn towards the idea of going to school or going to college. At a young age, I remember always wondering, why do we do this? Why do we go through this whole system for our whole lives just in hopes that we get the job that, we're going to school for? And I'm not down talking anyone, or any of that. Anyone can do whatever they want to do, and I will back you and support you for that. As much as I'd want anyone to do that for me, whatever I continue to choose to do in life, But yeah, so in my head, I always knew that it's not what I wanted. It's not the route I wanted to take, so I didn't apply for college. I remember trying to. I remember sitting down and I printed an application and it's like, okay, Sam, give it a try. Maybe you just have to, just fill this out, see if this is maybe a route you should take. And I remember sitting down no longer than 5 minutes staring at the packet and just going yep, it's not gonna happen. For someone who preaches so much about doing what you love and doing it full force and, having a desire to do it, I didn't feel true to myself, and I couldn't do that to myself or others, or my family. Yeah. I graduated high school. I was probably the most excited person to get out of, school, to go see and explore life behind a textbook and behind waking up every morning at, 5 a.m. I was just so stoked to see what was in store for my future. So I worked a lot. I had a few jobs for the summer, and then I worked, in the fall, and I remember being so stoked for my friends who were starting college and who were having fun and who were finding themselves, and I was happy for them. I was, excited for them to start their journey, and that's what they wanted, and I didn't feel out of place. I felt normal. I was so happy. I was figuring out who I was and kind of just getting a feel I like, and the path that I could see myself on, because at this point, up until then, I still didn't know, And I was working at my last job that I had in Arizona, my sister, and it was amazing. I loved the company that I worked for. But it was around, that time where I started to pick up on a lot of signs And in general, I am very spiritual in the way I go about things in my life, and I have a lot of beliefs, and I'd like to believe that the universe does give us signs so that we can pick up those signs and act on them. So yeah, I remember working, and I remember the time span was kind of a while for it to kind of just slap me in the face, and I woke up and realized like, whoa, this is this. But I think it was about a month where I was constantly around stuff having to do with Hawaii. Like people who had Hawaiian tattoos, who had just traveled to Hawaii, who were from Hawaii, whatever. Like, it was insane the amount of stuff that was coming into my life, right? And that had to do with Hawaii. And I remember one really big thing had happened, and I was by myself, and I was thinking, and I kind of had that moment of realization of like, oh my gosh, oh, like, it's Hawaii, isn't it? And I was kind of just like, wow, I have this information. I've had this information, and I'm just now realizing what I ought to do with this information. And yeah, from that point, I kind of did research. I remember I just searched, Hawaii and a plane ticket, and I kind of just got a feel for it. And I mean, that was literally my research. And the next step was talking to my sister, and I told her, I said, this is this. Like, are you coming with me? And I remember her kind of saying yes, but not really being fully on board with it. And in my head, I know time is a confusing thing to me, and just something that I don't like. And in my head, I knew time was just going to keep on ticking. It was going to keep on going, and we were going to keep on not going, in the sense of doing something about going to Hawaii, or, and I couldn't wait for her to decide. She had a lot more responsibility than I did, and at the time I had nothing holding me back, and so I was ready to go. Like, when I have something set in my mind, I'm like, I would love for that to happen now. I want that now. And that's just how I am. And I remember telling her, like, hey, I love you, I will see you soon, but I have to go. I have to do this for myself, and this is probably what I need, to be on my own. And we both understood that, and I decided to buy my ticket. And yeah, I bought a one-way ticket to Oahu. And the only reason I came to Oahu was because I'm really ignorant, or I was really ignorant on the fact that Hawaii has multiple islands. So Oahu is definitely, obviously, the most tourist, attracted one. So I flew to Honolulu Airport. So yeah, I bought the ticket for there, and 2 weeks later, with one carry-on, with as much clothes and items I could have packed, that made were a part of me, and took it on the plane and headed to Hawaii, to Oahu. I haven't turned back since. Actually, yes, I have twice to go home, but there's other ones to go visit. But anyway, I could go a lot more into why here, or how I am doing here, or kind of my life, and I'd love to go in to share more, if that's what anyone wants to see, I would love to. But I kind of just want to touch on the idea of self-growth and mindfulness. So with self-growth, the reason I want to tell people this, like, it's not some crazy story, or it's not some, inspiring thing, I don't think. that I moved here. Anybody, you know, so many people move, so many kids move, pick up and go. But my thing on that is, yes, I'm not in school. Yes, I still don't exactly know the route I want to take in life as far as a career path, if you will. But I'm loving life and I'm thriving in my own ways, and I'm growing every day, and I'm meeting people, and I'm creating memories that are going to last me forever, my whole life. And I just kind of want to touch on the fact that if you are someone who constantly compares yourself to other people around you, or the people that you know you once knew, or that you see online on social media, is not healthy for your personal growth. Comparing yourself constantly and beating yourself down for not looking this way, or doing what this person is doing, or going to this, you know, place. Like, if no one tells you, if you don't tell yourself, let me be the one to tell you that any step forward is a step forward. Period, point blank. Like, that's all that is, right? Whenever we make a move, whenever we are doing something, we are working towards something. And you can't deny that, right? So if you are unsure of who you are or what you're doing, it's okay. You're going to be okay. As long as you are trying, that's all, you know, that's all that's needed. That's all that matters, and that's okay. Just being mindful of those around you who are on a different journey, who, you know, might not be into the same things that you are, who might not have the same political views, or, you know, just anything. You can still agree on the fact that you are both human beings, and you both are alive, and you both just want to be happy, right? And I guess that's my kind of thing, is that right now I want to spread my kindness, because I'd like to think that I wake up every day a good person, or at least try to be good, and spread that amongst anyone I come into contact with, in hopes, you know, that they spread that onto their day and the people that they talk to and stuff, and it just creates this huge domino effect. But yeah, even though I might not know, you know, exactly the route I'm on, I'm okay with that, because from last year to up until now, there's been so much that has happened in my life, good and bad and all the stuff in between. But I've, you know, I don't think if I didn't move out here, I would have found this out as soon as I did, because I actually recently just figured out, or kind of just came to a realization of what it is I could see myself doing for the remainder of my life, you know. And I'm so excited to now that I have reached that realization and goal, to achieve the next realization and goal. And it just continues and keeps going, and I gotta keep setting goals for myself, and, you know, making my life exactly what I want. You know, the visions in my head that I see and the beautiful things that are going to happen because I'm going to manifest it, and I'm going to make those visions my reality, you know. So I know that's kind of a lot, but that's all I got. I know it's kind of a mess, but it's a beautiful mess, I feel like, just because I'm telling you words that mean a lot to me, and they're my thoughts, and I would love for you to share your thoughts with me. And, you know, yeah, so that's all I got. But yeah, so I love you, whoever you are. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a gorgeous day, night, evening, morning. I hope you have a gorgeous life.